fact, I just finished a video game 2 weeks ago, actually 3 or 4 weeks ago. They hired me to play this character. I don't want to say any titles or anything because I'm known for my spilling the beans.
Uh-oh.
But they asked me to do my voice the way it was back in 2004 or whatever. Can you do the younger Virgil version? And so that...
Everybody, welcome back to another video. Now, I'm a little late on this, but obviously we did get some news and there's a lot of rumors and speculation going around for a potential Devil May Cry game that's in the works. And as you saw with the beginning clip with Dan Southworth, he kind of confirmed something, but we don't really know particularly because it's very vague. And I actually wanted to give my thoughts on this. I know a lot of people have already talked about it in the Devil May Cry community, but a lot of people have kind of twisted certain things, and I just wanted to be completely honest and go through it detail by detail and actually talk about it and give my thoughts on it. So that's what I plan to do in this video. I've actually talked about this and my ideas for each remake in multiple different videos on this channel, and I've also talked about the anime coming out in April as well. But enough self-promotion. I actually wanted to talk about this. So I love a lot of the different games except you. And for me, I actually would love a Devil May Cry remake. And I actually think the original director, Hideki Kamiya, actually wants one as well. And it's most likely to happen given the news that we've kind of received, even though it has been incredibly vague. Now, during a panel, I don't really know the full details of it, Dan Southworth, as you perfectly saw, received a question about Devil May Cry and voicing Virgil and stuff like that. How he aged up Virgil's voice in Devil May Cry 5 and stuff like that. And then he actually brings this up and kind of cuts himself off at certain points, but basically he brings up the fact that he was brought on to voice a character. He doesn't say what character, so this could be an original project or actually a Devil May Cry project. The assumption that it is Devil May Cry is obvious, but we don't really know for sure because he does keep it very vague. He actually teases the fans a little bit because he says, oh, I'm kind of the one that spoils stuff when he's not supposed to. So for legal reasons, I do kind of understand why he keeps stuff vague. It's kind of similar to Kevin Conroy with the Arkham Knight stuff, so I kind of get it. Now, obviously, he basically talks about how he had to de-age a voice, basically more specifically, the Virgil voice, for this project. Basically, kind of revert his voice to that Devil May Cry 3 Virgil that he voiced around that time frame. And that right there is actually a very keen detail that a lot of people either missed or outright ignored or kind of caught on to, and they didn't really think about it too much because he goes into detail of how he had to age up the Virgil voice for Devil May Cry 5. But for this project that just finished up, which keyword, it's finished up, he had to de-age his voice to sound like a younger version of Virgil. And that is a key thing that I wanted to point out that he says. We could get a prequel Virgil game. Now, this is something that I think would, and obviously sell well, and it's never really been done before outside of the DLC for the god-awful DMC remake. But that aside, I think a lot of fans would actually want to see that, but that is one possibility. The second possibility, it is not something Devil May Cry related, and it actually is just a standalone project that they wanted him to do a voice that's very similar to his younger Virgil voice for a particular character. Which I do kind of see that as well, but I don't see that as likely. But hey, it can happen because certain voice actors can do a similar voice for another character and stuff like that. So it can happen. But the third possibility is that we could get a confirmed Devil May Cry 3 remake. And I wanted to go into my thoughts of why I think this is very likely to happen. Now, I can be wrong, so take what I say with a grain of salt, and if you disagree, or just call me out on my crap, and if I am wrong, you can boo me in the comments. But I personally think it's very likely to happen for the very specific word choices that Dan Southworth says during this panel. Now, when it comes to a Devil May Cry 3 remake, I actually see this as likely. Not DMC1 because Nello Angelo never really talks as Virgil, and I personally don't see them just having corrupted Virgil, Nello Angelo talking throughout certain sections of the game and stuff like that. I feel that would be a bit jarring, a little bit weird, but hey, this is Capcom and they'll change their games, so who knows. But a Devil May Cry 3 remake could actually work, and I think that it's very likely, given the fact that that was Virgil's first appearance, and also because of the fact that we're closing in on Devil May Cry 5's anniversary, which came out around March, which I actually think not only that, we have the Devil May Cry anime coming out on Netflix in April, so we could get a confirmed Devil May Cry game to be released. And I think that's very likely to happen given those reasons. And we weren't supposed to get extra content after Devil May Cry 5, but eventually we did, so we could actually get something soon. So who really knows? And given the fact that we get rumors and stuff like that, and eventually we do get drops for games that were rumored, like Resident Evil 4 Remake and stuff like that, we could get something for Devil May Cry around the anniversary of Devil May Cry 5, or something else entirely. I personally think that it's very likely to happen, but what do I know? Just make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, whether you agree, disagree, or if you think I'm wrong and you want to boo me. I don't really care, but yeah. Peace out. Bye-bye.